This is pictures of the labs. This is 2 robotic systems because we test like 4,000 different chemicals or natural products a day. And so we have to actually use robotic systems. This is other pictures of the lab. We got a lot of scientists working there that are doing all various steps, but they're all focused on this one thing, looking for ways of inducing telomerase inside of all of our cells. Now, we've been doing this now for 22 years, or at least I've been doing this. I started working on this 22 years ago. We have now found 38 natural products that will induce the production of telomerase in human cells in a petri dish to certain levels, to low levels. We have found 900 synthetic products. Let me first say that we've tested over 10,000 different natural products to find those 38. We have found 900 synthetic products, and we have tested over 400,000 synthetic products to find those 900. The most potent one that we have found to date scores a 16 out of 100. 100 meaning if it produced enough telomerase inside the cell to totally stop telomere shortening, that would give it a score of 100. We're not there yet, but we're at 16. 16 is low, but it's still slowing the aging process down. It's slowing the rate of telomere shortening down, and we're going to get there. We're still working to get stronger and stronger things, but so far, our highest one is 16. That chemical is called TAM818. And some of these things are already available. You should know I don't talk about products in my talks. I just talk about telomere biology. But there are products on the market that are now carrying a lot of these different things. And I want everybody to realize that all the royalties that my company gets go directly to our research. So whenever anybody buys any of these products that contain any of our discoveries, we use that funding to do more research to develop better things. So this is one of the reasons I'd like to encourage audiences to get out there and buy and also get other people to buy, because that's our major source of revenue, especially since the global financial crisis of 2008. Before then, we used to spend about $1 million a month developing products. So like TAM818, for instance, comes from like 22 years and $33 million worth of research funding to actually develop that thing. Now, the funding, when we get this funding and we're applying it to our research, that allows us to work on what we expect in the future. And I'm out of books, I think, but, well, I won't answer the question, I'll just tell you the answer. Oh, good. Okay, so she's got one more book. How long do you think it'll be in our estimates before we have a drug or natural product that will score 100 and actually stop aging?
I'm going to go within 5 years.
Within 5 years?
7.
7. Anybody want to guess? Because some of them are close, but...
15.
Okay. He's the closest so far. I'm going to give it to him because we're estimating before the end of 2016, which is a year and a half away, so he's close to it too. Before the end of 2000, this is extrapolating from how fast we've been moving up this ladder of getting from like 1 to 2 to 5 to 8 to now 16. Extrapolating predicts that we're going to have a chemical or natural product that's going to score 100 before the end of 2016. Now that doesn't mean that everybody can start taking it then, because of course it has to go through clinical studies. The FDA and the TGA are going to be really scrutinizing this stuff. But we will have something ready for testing in humans by the end of 2016, or I'll eat my hat. I'm pretty certain we're going to do this. But so this is all the funding coming from the sale of these products and stuff like that is going directly to our research. Not a single penny goes in my pocket, because I don't want the money if I'm not going to cure aging. I'd rather die poor if I'm going to end up dying at all. Okay, so we're going to be seeing pharmaceutical and natural products. This is going to be getting pretty exciting. A lot of things. Some of the things you haven't even thought about, you're going to see on this list here. Stem cell products. Stem cell biology, that's a very great field. I encourage everybody to do it. If you are thinking of getting your knee replaced or hip replaced or something, talk to a stem cell doctor first, because They can pull stem cells out of your gut or your bone marrow and inject them back into your joints, and you can actually grow a new knee now. Okay, there's lots of people that are doing that. So, but the problem with the stem cell field is that it doesn't work on older people. And the reason it doesn't work, if you think about it, is because the telomeres are too short. And so the stem cells can't divide enough times to repair the injuries. So we have to come up with a way to keep the telomeres long when they are doing the stem cell work. And so I speak at stem cell conferences a lot, and this is why, because they all know that they need some way of keeping the telomeres from shortening when they're culturing stem cells. I don't know why this isn't working that well, but okay. Skin and hair care products. Both of those things have been shown to be affected by telomere shortening. Not everybody who's bald is going to be able to benefit from this. Okay, if you were bald because you inherited a gene from your father's mother, it won't work on you. Okay, but if your hair fell out because your telomeres were short, then this product will restore the hair. Some of the products that are on the market right now have been shown to actually restore some people's hairs, unless they're faking it. I don't know if they are or not, because there's no clinical study been done on it, but a lot of people are claiming that their hair came back. Pet products. Our pets age too. And, you know, who has a Great Dane? A Great Dane only lives to be 9 years old. And, you know, we're talking about this disease called progeria. They die of old age at 20. Great Danes, they only live 9 years old. And you know how great it is to have a nice puppy or a kitten and stuff like that. When they grow old, I mean, they're lazy. They sit on the front doormat, don't do anything. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to restore their youth? Okay, well, it's now been shown that dogs, cats, horses, sheep, pig, and deer all age by telomere shortening just like we do. And believe it or not, most animals don't. There's other mechanisms for aging too, but those animals age by telomere shortening. So all these animals, our pets, will benefit from this therapy too when we get it developed further. Boy, this thing just goes wild. Gene therapy. There's going to be gene therapy techniques developed either by us or other people all over the country right now, where we're going to way exceed 100 really fast. Now, gene therapy involves infecting yourself with a virus that carries a gene. A lot of people don't want to do it, so I'm still focused on trying to come up with a pill that will be a lot simpler to do. Improved diagnostics. I mentioned that you can measure the length of a telomere and tell a person how old they are. The technique, it takes really skilled, qualified artists to be able to do this technique accurately enough to do it. So we need to improve on the diagnostics to be able to measure telomere length. Cancer, you know, I mentioned telomeres get short. Cancers can survive any kind of thing you hit it with. Well, we got to develop new cancer therapies that are going to keep the telomeres long when you treat them. Water and energy drinks, there's companies talking to us about putting chemicals in those that will lengthen telomeres. And then pet cloning, let me go back to that. Pet cloning is a big field right now because you can send, if you have a pet that dies, right now you can take cells from that pet and send it to a lab in South Korea. And a few months later, they'll send you back somebody that looks just like your pet, okay? Because they take a single cell and they clone it and grow a new pet out of it. And it's the exact same genetics as the pet that you had. Now, the pet's not going to remember you, but it's going to probably have some of the characteristics and look a lot like it. But imagine now if you took that single cell and did the same thing that Dr. Rhonda Pino did with those mice. Engineered them so they could turn the telomerase gene on and off with some kind of supplement. He could do it, and then take that single cell and grow it into a cat. I mean, we might be already have the first immortal animals on the planet, okay? The cats that will never, ever grow old, I hope. I mean, there's still some theories, some testing that needs to be done, but it's, I think, really exciting. So it'd be like one of the best proof of concepts that this is actually working. So with that, I want to say if you want to learn more, get my book. It's called Telomere Basics, Curing Aging. Again, all royalties go to my company. Also, watch The Immortalist, and I didn't give a website before, but this, if you want to take a picture or write that down or send me an email, it's www.the, and you got to have the word the there, theimmortalist.com/watch. It's, I think, a very exciting video about a documentary on this type of research. So thank you very much. Let me get back to there. Somewhere, this thing's just going crazy. Okay, this is like a video game now. Let's see. Can I get it? There, no. Okay, forget it. What it says is, the name of my company is Sierra Sciences. My motto is cure aging or die trying. Okay, and I'm going to succeed at one of those, I promise. And thank you very much, and questions.